Good morning, friends. Murphy and I are here today together. He always comes right behind me. Aw. I want to first of all just thank you guys for all of you who have been so kind and sent love and prayers my way this week after my beautiful Bella, my dog, passed away. And, you learn a lot about love with an animal because they're so innocent and pure. And when they leave your life, it leaves a dent. But I was just so drawn to look at love today. Of course, we want to have a soulmate, so many of us. But a lot of us just want to feel more loved and connected. And that's what I'm here for when I do my lives, just to connect those hearts that are all waiting to feel more loved. That's what we're here for. Hey, Jazz, welcome. Rakesh, aw, Rakesh, welcome, my friend. I'm so glad to see you here. Rakesh is a member of our community here, and I do private work with the people who support me. And Rakesh, I'm just so grateful for your vote of confidence in coming my way. Jazz, I see the love, the laughter of your child, fabulous. And Bina, magnificent success, thank you so much for being here. So today we're taking a peek. What is the secret of love? What's holding us back from feeling as loved as you are? Because the universe loves you, and so do I. But if we don't feel loved, it doesn't do any good, right? Somebody can love you, but if you don't feel loved, it's not complete. So that's what we're doing today. For those of you who were with me yesterday, you know I had all kinds of technical problems yesterday. So everybody say a prayer that it goes that it goes well. And let's dig in. This is one of my very favorite groups. Oh, I see you, Midnight Crow. Thank you so much for the support and for that sticker or super chat or whatever. They don't tell me what it is, but thank you for your contribution. And I will draw cards for you. Wait, oh, you know what? I forgot to get my little deck. So hold on. What do I want to read today? Hang on, let me just grab. Here they are. Sorry about that. Okay, so for those of you who are new here, I am so tickled to draw cards for you, and all you need to do is tell me something that you love, and I will draw a card. And then for those of you like Midnight Crow, Selena, who wants a little bit of a little extra touch. I have my tiny tarot here, and I will draw cards from the tiny tarot for those of you who want extra clarity on the secrets of love. What is a secret of love that you can walk away from this reading with? Okay, so let me get these one little ruffle. Thank you so much, you guys. For those of you who are new here, I'm Catherine. This is Fish Out of Water Tarot, and we are all about helping people feel more loved and connected. All right, let me just give this deck another ruffle. Welcome, everyone. Hi, sweet Pea Cash. Aw, I love that you love your relationship with your boys today. Wonderful. Jahan loves peace. You guys are just blessing my heart. I feel goosebumps all over myself. Okay, so I'm going to go through in order here. And it looks to me, oh, Irene is here. Oh, Irene, I love big groups of flying birds too. It's such an evidence of attraction, isn't it? When those birds all stay together in a pattern like that. Fantastic. Okay, the very first reading today goes to Jazz. Loves the laughter of your child. I'm a little chilly here. Let me just, hold on. Oh, Murphy's laying on my jacket. Hang on. Let me put that on for a second. After such a hot summer, it's hard to believe it's chilly. Okay. All right. Now, for those of you who are just watching, you can receive from any one of these cards. This one is for Jazz, but you might find that it's resonant with your own needs. So just allow that to happen, okay? So Jazz, let's see what's here. Okay, what's happening with your life, Jazz, is that you have to remember that you are the creator of love first. And that when you're feeling separate from someone, or you feel like you're not loved enough, the fact is that there's something in your mind that is fighting your ability to receive love. And so, as you are able to continue to surrender and release your disappointments about love, you're going to feel more loved. One of the biggest secrets about having more love in your life is to stop blaming others for your dissatisfaction. The more you're able to love yourself, the more you will create real, tangible love in your life. All right? In the description box, there's something called the soulmate generator. And it's a wonderful tool for just getting rid of any old disappointments from lovers and friends. Okay? So do check that out and remind yourself, I am creating love. It may not feel like it today, but I am the creator of my love experience. A huge secret. So thank you, Jazz, for opening us up today with what a great reading that is for you. So hello, all you guys who are new to me. I'm so glad to meet you. All you have to do is let us know what's something you love, and you'll get into the queue for a one-card reading. And if you want more wisdom on this issue, you just hit the super chat, and that puts you in the queue for me pulling even more cards for you. Okay? So now we're going to go to Irene and then Midnight Crow. Okie doke. So Irene, big groups of flying birds. I do too, because it really is proof of some mysterious force that creates a magnetism in a group of birds. One of my favorite things to see in nature. Okay, so what your secret is, Irene, is the idea that love can come in all kinds of different forms. And a lot of times, the love that we're truly seeking is love that was not felt when we were real little children. Some of us were raised in families where our caretakers were just not skilled, or they were very distracted with what was going on in their adult lives. And we were alone when we needed comfort. So, Irene, what I feel might be helpful for you is to look on the YouTube search for inner child meditations or inner child affirmations, because there's a part of you deep inside your soul who is desiring comfort. And when you learn to comfort yourself and really lift yourself up, wrap your arms around your own self, you're going to find you're going to attract a lot more people who treat you kindly and with respect. Okay, it's a deep secret. I'm glad that you were here today to receive that. And now, beautiful Midnight Crow. Now, what we're doing, Midnight offered, she put in a super chat, and so that is the ticket to getting more cards read around the secrets of love. So thank you, Midnight. Let's see what the cards have for you. So, what is your love secret today? Inner calling. Okay. I'm just aware, first of all, of the idea of surrender. I mean, this person, I just imagine them with their arms wide out to their side and just being surrendered to whatever it takes to feel loved, right? And I also see this little path, and I know that Selena, I'm sorry, you have been traveling quite a path, haven't you? And there's been a lot of twists and turns. And yet there's something in you that keeps you going farther and farther into the desires that you have for love. You have an inner calling that's drawing you. So let's pull a couple of extra cards here for you, my friend. And we have the Hierophant and the Moon. Okay, I'm just going to move these down for a little bit so that we can see these. There we go. Okay, Selena, there is something in you that wants tradition. You want to have a traditional, respectful family and be in a couple where it's solid. There's something, I look at the red of the Hierophant, and the red garment always reminds me of the family of origin and your root chakra. And I feel like you're having some confusion. The moon brings up confusion because maybe in the family of origin, or the people who raised you, there was just like their walk didn't match their talk, where they seemed like they were creating a family, but what you experienced was not what you would want to have right now. And so it's left you with confusion. Now, notice, if you can see this, there's a little path going through the gateway, and it matches this path here. So I feel like you're really working yourself out of the confusion you have been feeling, and you're seeing more light all of the time. So, how can you pull together the doubts and confusion from your childhood and find the love that you're really looking for? Part of it is just to be very honest with yourself and tell yourself, even though what I learned as a child was not very clear when it comes to love, the truth is the path I'm on now is guiding me to exactly what I'm looking for. All right? Even though there has been times of great confusion as I've tried to find my perfect match, the reality is I have a strong inner guidance system that's making it easier and easier all the time. Being able to forgive and release the people who raised you is going to make a huge difference for you, okay, Selena? I would definitely go to the description box and find the tool that's called the Worry Cure, because I have that sense that you're worried about finding the right partner and that you don't want to repeat some of the patterns that you knew as a child. So that Worry Cure will definitely give you a little tool that you can use to erase some of the drama and trauma of being a child. Also, remember tapping. You're a member of my WhatsApp group, and we do tapping sessions in there. Those of you who are not familiar with tapping, it's a fantastic stress reducing tool. Very easy. Once you learn how, you can do it for yourself. So I really do recommend some good tapping for you. Okay, Selena? One of the biggest secrets of love is to get beyond the love we saw when we were children. That was usually a little fractured because all they could do was the best they could do. Okay, so moving forward, and we have Sweet Bee Cash. Bina, do you want to let me know who's next in the 3-card readings? And so Sweet Pea Cash loves your relationship with your boys today. Well, I know I have a son, and he asked me out for lunch today, and I was not expecting that. And what a sweet outreach of love, right? So let's see what we have for Sweet Pea. Okay, Sweet Pea. When it comes to secrets of love, what is it that what your card is saying for you today? Okay. All right, Sweet Pea, what I'm seeing here for you is that you are really open and available to something brand new. And look at the size of these gates that are going forward, and the idea that everything that you thought about, everything you desired, you always felt was out of reach, that it was right where you were looking, but something inside of you was just feeling unworthy, okay? And it's not uncommon to have that. So many people feel like love is for everyone else, but there's something about them that is flawed, or that they can't reach what it is that they're wanting. All right. So the secret to love is it sounds unusual, but it's so true, that you need to feel loved before you meet people to love you. Isn't that odd? They call it the law of assumption. If you were connected to somebody who loved you deeply, if you were already through the gate and you were living with fulfillment, what would you be thinking? What would you be doing if your love vision was true already? It's a matter of using your imagination and thinking, what would it be like? When you took your walk in the morning, or when you were making your breakfast, or when you were reading your book, or any of your activities, if you already had all the love you wanted, what would be different? Do some journaling with that, sweet pea, because you are available for love in a part of you, but your mind is still thinking you don't deserve. Another tool would be to use the YouTube search and find a meditation on self-worth, or that you deserve love. You're going to find some great material out there, and that will help you start to change your mindset so you can receive the love that's there for you. A lot of times when we're feeling unfulfilled, it's because there's something in us that we can change in our thinking, because the love is always there for you. Okay, Rakesh, thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate that. And I will be getting to you momentarily. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Jahan, I love peace. Isn't that the truth? Oops. Hang on a second. There. I'll make sure I don't touch the wrong button here and cause myself to hang up on you guys. Okay. Oh, Rakesh loves reading novels. Oh, isn't that awesome? So true. So books can take us away, right? And put us in a different world. So Jahan and then Rakesh. Jahan loves peace. What's the love secret we have for you, Jahan? Whoops. So, Shahan, I've known you for a while, a couple, 3 years now, I bet, that you've been coming to the readings, and I know from there's a sweetness about your spirit that I don't think that you see yourself the way other people see you. I'm sensing that you feel, I'm going to use the word disqualified, that there's a part of you that feels like you can't measure up. There's something around your life that excludes you from the love that you're wanting. And then when I look at this angel here holding that sword over her head, and yet we look at the divine spirit, which of course God, whatever is your religious persuasion, but the ultimate source of all love is always showering love onto you, okay? The secret is that even when you feel unloved, especially when you feel unloved, that's when the shower of love is even more powerfully available to you. When I look at this figure holding the sword up, I think how tired they would be after a while, right? When you're holding your arms up in the air, holding a sword, that you would become so tired. And I feel like there's a part of you that's pushing and working so hard to feel loved. And that's what the secret is you can relax, to be able to put that sword down and just be able to sit in the presence of all of this love. Affirmation that I like to use in situations like this is, why is it so easy for me to feel loved? Why is it so easy for me to feel loved? There's a book that was written by a man named Noah St. John, and he wrote a book about why questions. And actually, you don't have to read the book, because it's all in one little sentence. But you take the solution of what it is that you are wanting, and you put it into, why did it already happen? For example, if I could not find my keys, I would say, why is it so easy to find my keys? Why is it so easy to see my keys? I do it all the time. And the minute I tell my brain, why is it so easy to see my keys? Guess what? I find them. So for you, Jahan, walk around today and say to yourself, why is it so easy for me to relax and feel loved? All of you guys who are listening to me right now, Use this. You will be shocked at how well it works. Why is it so easy for me to relax and feel loved today? The secret is we are all working too hard to find love instead of being able to accept that it's right here, right now, all the time. Okay? Thank you, Jahan, for being here today. I always love seeing you. And then we're going down to Rakesh, love reading novels. And then Vasudha, I thank you so much for your contribution, and I'm so grateful. And I'll get to yours next after I do Rakesh. And then Chandler, welcome back. You guys are awesome. Okay, so now let's go to Rakesh. Loves reading novels. Novels do put us in a different frame of mind, don't they? In a different place. Rakesh, what is your secret, love secret to be revealed? Okay, so let's take a deep breath. Okay, so when it comes to truth, the only person that needs to have truth is yourself, okay? Because the truth is God is love. We are created of the fabric of God. So if we feel unlovable, it's almost like we're saying to the universe, well, you're wrong. Everybody else gets love instead of me, okay? So I'm just going to pull our 2 cards for you, Rakesh. And that's not true. It's a lie. It's a lie coming from our mind that somehow we have to earn love or we have to do something about it, because the heart of love is totally available for us. So there's our 2 cards, because look at here. See the heart chakra is green, but we can't even see the color because the brightness of the love that's flowing out of our heart it's blinding. Okay, so the divine looks at us as pure vehicles of love. When the divine looks to you and wants to be in touch with you, they have no doubt. The divine has no doubt of the love that is there for you. It's us in our human state that feel disconnected. And so let's see, Rakesh, what your 2 other, I love these. This is so great. So I feel like for you, Rakesh, this is a message directly from the heart of Source for you, because you have been like asleep. You haven't been aware of how much the universe loves you. I feel like so many people that come to my readings, they want to feel loved by another human. A lot of people come to me looking for a soulmate, looking for a spouse, because it seems to them that once they find that spouse, well, then all their problems is over. And anyone who's married will tell you that's not true, because once you get married to somebody, the problems continue. But you have this focus, the desire to make it work no matter what, and so you can handle it. But really, we need to realize that the source of love is between you and the divine. So you have been sleeping and not aware of how much God loves you. If you look at this window here, it's a stained glass window. Stained glass windows are broken glass, okay? So the broken glass has been formulated into something beautiful, right? All of these scrap pieces, which has to do with the experiences that we go through, all the heartbreaks, all the disappointments, the things that happened when we were children, the way we were treated by an ex, all of those are the broken pieces of love. But the thing is that they're in this picture, they're created to be something beautiful, because on your way to true love, there's a lot of disappointment that's normal. Now, the Knight of Wands is this tremendous, energetic, hot, I want to make this happen. I will make this happen. Look at the horse is up on its hind legs. It's leaping for joy. Now, some people look at this and say, does that mean a soulmate is coming? Well, maybe. But for you, Rakesh, this is the Spirit of God. And you guys who are watching, you can tag along with this fantastic energy. The divine is thirsty for you. The divine is craving you. The divine wants to wake you up to what's possible. Once you're aware and you know how much the divine loves you, all of the rest of the love needs you have become more reasonable, because a human cannot be your source. And how many times when people are trying to have more love, they feel that they can get it from a human. And then they start to date someone, and what do you know? It feels good for a minute, and then all of a sudden they do something that hurts your feelings, right? And here you go again. Look at all the clouds here. So once you connect and you know that the universe is hot for you, everything else becomes easier. So, Rakesh, this is such an important secret of love. Allow yourself to absorb and understand how much Source loves you. No question. A good affirmation, even though I don't feel it, I'm open to connecting to Source's love for me. Fill in your word for God, okay? Even though I feel insecure, I want to know the love of God more deeply. Even though I don't even know what she's talking about, the truth is, I'm curious. What can I do to connect more deeply to the divine? Look in the YouTube search and get yourself some meditations on God's love or I am loved. You will find some wonderful material out there. Okay? Great reading for you, Rakesh. Wake up, my friend Rakesh, and realize how important you are to the divine. Okay, and next we have our beautiful Vasuda. Thank you. I hope I'm saying your name right. And thank you for contributing to my channel. I so appreciate it. And so let's draw a card for you, Vasuda. I love the smell of the fresh, cool air in the morning. It's true, it was very chilly this morning when I went out for my walk. And at 6 o'clock, it's still nighttime, which is so bizarre. But it's cool to be up when the light of day just dawns. Okay, so we have this beautiful energy card, Vasuda. Let me just grab my baby tarot here. And so this is so interesting. Look at how the figure is standing separate from her environment. See that? Now remember, when you're receiving from the cards, the gender doesn't matter. It's the energy of the card that's important. But we see this, the regular world is over here. And excuse me, the figure is kind of in a cone of energy. Isn't that interesting? And whenever you see water in a reading, it's a sign of the Holy Spirit, a sign of the divine. We love when we see water in a reading because it just, water is so beautiful, necessary, vital. And there's people on the planet that don't have enough water to drink. So everybody that's listening to my voice today, when you get a drink of water today, I want you to feel abundant gratitude for the fact that you have access to water. Because I heard something today that millions of women, millions, on this planet have to walk at least 3 miles and carry 25 pounds of water back to their villages all over the world. The shortage of water is absolutely stunning. And so being grateful for clean water is something all of us can embrace. And so in your world of Vasuda, I feel like you're sensing separation, that you're feeling like you don't fit. There's something going on in your world where you're close by, but you may feel closed out or you may feel disqualified, okay? This could be from sometimes when you have a divorce in the family, or when somebody moves away, there can be a lot of displaced energy. And so if you're like me, I'm someone who does enjoy my own company, and it's very easy for me to go separate, like this hermit. The hermit energy comes, it's very much like this. It's an echo, because the hermit is a time when you step aside and evaluate what's going on and go on some sort of spiritual journey. It's like the awakening. I know after divorce was true in my life, when I wanted to kind of, why did that happen? How did I get hooked up with the wrong person? What went wrong? And the hermit is a beautiful energy of self-care and healing. In the lantern, you'll see a trapped star. It's like a star has been captured from the heavens and is being carried in this lantern. Healing is guiding the way. All right, Vasudha? And here the hermit is guiding you to this re-entry, it's like a fresh start into the queen that you are intended to be. Once upon a time, you believed in love and you had a sense that it would last forever. And for whatever reason, and this can be actually many different relationships, it could be friendships, it could be relationships with people at work or your teachers. But when you do trust humans, unfortunately, they don't always satisfy, do they? Humans are very capable of mistakes. In fact, I don't know one human who is not made a few. And sometimes you get to a point where you want to just close off because humans are too much trouble. But the fact is, we're hungry for that love. And so your secret, Vasudha, is to be able to use and learn from your past disappointments. See these 3 stones here? These 3 stones, I believe, represent 3 humans, 3 people who have broken your heart in the past. Okay? Oh, there's 4. There's 4. So take out a piece of paper today and just think about your life so far. Who has disappointed you? Write those names down and then take it to source. Forgive and let go best you can. Even though I don't like what they did to me, the truth is it's in my past. See how the hermit has turned away here? Even though these people have disappointed me, the fact is I'm still here, open and available for love. Got it? Because you're a person of depth. You're a person of, you have a solid desire to be a partner to someone without any guard. See how the guard of this energy is there? The Queen of Pentacles is somebody that is very grounded. They know exactly who they are. They have a desire to build the kind of family that you're wanting. Sometimes people expect the Queen of Cups to be the Queen of Love, and indeed she is. But the Queen of Pentacles is the queen of how it works out. The material world, the making of the home, to be able to communicate, to be able to create a relationship that lasts. And so this is such an important healing promise that as you seek healing from your past relationships, the energy of love is going to nudge you and pursue you and draw you into who you're supposed to be as a loving being. Okay, Vasudha, this is such a beautiful reading, and I'm grateful that you're here today to listen to it. There's a longing in you to reconnect to the energy of the world, and it's time. Take the time. Now, in the description box, there's something called the Soulmate Generator. It's a wonderful tool for just cleaning house. Abraham Hicks talks about sweeping out all the old energy. Clean up your love vibration. It'll be well worth your time. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for being here. I don't remember seeing your name before, so be sure to hit the subscribe button so that you'll be notified of the next reading, okay? So moving forward, let's see. Wow, something you love, Chandler, having fun and laughing with your daughters. Wonderful, I love that, and I will draw you a card for sure. And let's see, I'm just peeking ahead. Sophia K, Nettie. Nettie loves her granddaughter. Absolutely. So what we'll do here is we're going to go to Chandler and then Nettie. All right? All right, Chandler, what is your love secret today? How old are your daughters? It's so fun when kids have so much love. They're like love bugs, right? They don't have anything stopping them. Okay, so let's see. Secret of love for Chandler. So Chandler, do you sing by chance? I mean, some people say, well, yeah, I sing in the shower, but nobody would want to hear me. But there's something about using your voice. I'm just seeing like this, I'm just imagining that she's singing here and that she's just lifting her arms with so much freedom. And I think that all of us have fears and doubts when it comes to love, no matter what, no matter who you are. And learning how to let go of the doubt is going to be super important for you, my dear Chandler, as you go forward. Doubt is like a human companion. And Abraham said, somebody asked Abraham, well, how do we deal with doubt? How do we solve it? And the answer was such a smart aleck answer, because Abraham said, well, the best way to deal with doubt is don't even start having it in the first place. Like, oh, yeah, right? Because even I today, I've had so many wonderful pieces of evidence show up that are supposed to help me with my doubt. But the first thing that happens is I doubt whether it'll happen again. I'm like, okay, I need a sign. I get my sign, and then right away I'm worried about getting the next sign. So, my dear Chandler, I have a feeling that you do overanalyze a little bit. I think that the secret for you is to catch yourself when you start having doubtful thoughts, or what if, that kind of what if this happens or what if that happens, right? And the minute you feel it, just the realization is really going to help you. The Abraham teaches that all you need is 17 seconds. Okay, 17 seconds, you can think a doubtful thought. And then if you release it, and with your daughter, all you have to do is look in your daughter's eyes, right? I mean, when you look right into your daughter's eyes, you feel connected, and that will cut off the doubt. But what our job is, and what love would want for you to know, is that you always have a choice. A belief is just a thought, and a thought can be turned off or on. You don't want to try to talk yourself into it and say, well, I need to stop doubting. I need to do this, that, and the other thing. No, no, no. All you need to do is turn your attention to something that you love. Art is a great tool. Look around your house. What pieces of art have you bought that just lift your spirits? Do you have a painting? Do you have a piece of pottery, or perhaps a weaving, a tapestry of some kind? What are the things that you're decorated your house with? A lot of times we buy those things and then we forget them. We walk right by them in the house without looking. And you can walk up to any piece of art and put your hand right on your heart and just breathe as you look at it. When you distract yourself, doubt will fly away. Okay? So that's your secret. Your secret is you have so much more love than you realize, and you need to stop analyzing and doubting. I know I'm making it sound super easy, and it's not at first. But once you start getting it, that you can catch yourself within the first few seconds of a thought that does not bring you well-being, and then turn your attention, Abraham calls it pivoting, turn your attention to something that brings you pleasure. Okay? Every day, the stronger you are at letting go, the more love is going to flow into your life. Okay, stopping for a sip of tea. What do you think, guys? Do you like these love secrets? Are you learning stuff? Hit that little heart button over to the right and let me know that you are getting some little glimmerings of wisdom here as I take my tea. Wonderful. Thank you. Hi, Sophia K. All right, Nettie loves her granddaughter. KL loves the smell of the ocean. Oh, that makes me feel lonely for the ocean. I got to live near the ocean for a few years and sigh. But there's beautiful things right here in Tennessee. I don't need to have the ocean to feel loved. Okay, so Nettie loves her granddaughter. Aren't grandchildren special? It's a real blessing when they come into our lives. So let's see, what is love secret for you today, Nettie? Nettie, this is a dear message, because many times when we are grandparents, and I'm a grandparent, but there's a lot of grandparents that feel alone. All right. I just met a little lady in my neighborhood. She's 91 years old and she is something else. And I adore her. I've only known her like 2 weeks, but we sit and talk and she says girl to me and I say girl to her. And I'm thinking, yeah, inside of every grandparent is a girl that's just trying to cope with life. But life can be cruel sometimes because we don't get enough human contact. Many times our children and friends are simply busy with their own lives. Isn't that true, Nettie? And in your mind, you think to yourself, I know they love me, but I feel so alone. And so I just want to bring that comfort to you today. The blue of this card, see all the blue? That's the color of your throat chakra. Okay, Nettie? And so I feel like the angels are here to tell you you need to speak up a little bit more for yourself. It might be asking a friend to go out for a cup of coffee. And you might think, well, they never call me. Why should I call them? Well, that's a little bit of victim energy. I call it poor me syndrome. When you start to feel a little sorry for yourself, and that is what will feed the fire of loneliness. When you allow yourself to think, oh, I'm the only one. Everybody else has lots of contacts. Everybody else has a soulmate, and I don't have anyone. We need to stop talking to ourselves like that, Nettie, because you are never alone. And if you get into the habit of releasing whenever you sense yourself starting to feel sad because you don't have anyone, that you stop as quickly as you notice. And you could use those why questions like that Noah St. John in his book, or is it why is it so easy for me to connect with people? Even if that's not true, especially if it's not true, why is it so easy for me to connect with like minded people? Why is it so easy for me to feel loved? You will solve this alone lie. It's a lie that you're alone because you are never alone. Your inner being loves you so much. And even though you can't see or feel the inner being on a physical level, we can do it in the imagination. And by telling yourself the truth, I love what Louise Hay would say, thank you for sharing. So your mind reminds you you haven't seen your son in 25 years. No, I'm exaggerating. But your mind tells you you must be unlovable because you don't have friends. And you're like, thank you for sharing, but I don't believe that. Because the fact is, you don't have to believe every thought that comes wandering into your mind. The truth is, I am never alone. Affirmation, even though I feel a little lonely today, the truth is, I am never alone. Even though I wish my family would reach out to me more often, the truth is I am never alone. Even though I am alone and Catherine doesn't know what she's talking about, the truth is I am never alone. Affirmations are not about trying to convince God to do anything. Affirmations are for training your mind to stop thinking thoughts that are harming your own self. Okay? Wonderful, wonderful message. A secret of love is to tell yourself the truth. We are never alone, period. We have a creator that's got our back at all times. KL, good morning. I'm glad to see you today. And let's draw a card for you, my friend. What is it? What's the secret of love? Thank you guys for being here. I'm Catherine. You have found yourself on Fish Out of Water Tarot, where we work hard, haha, to feel loved and connected in spite of the fact that that life really sucks sometimes. Okay. Wow, look at this. Okay, so let me take a peek here. What's going on here for you, my friend KL? Okay, so it looks to me like this is showing that there's a situation going on that I feel like hanging on for dear life, that you have been challenged deeply with some of your beliefs around love. And this may be current, like this is going on right now. There's some sort of breakup happening, some sort of strife. You may have been caught in one of the storms that have just happened, the horrible storms in the US, where weather has been cruel, that nature has been cruel. But I sense this overwhelming um, battle going on where a part of you is holding on by a thread to the faith that you have, not religious faith, but the faith that you have that love is enough. There's something that's been jarring. This could have happened long ago, and you're just starting to heal from it. But the angels are here to tell you you're doing so great as you look at the situation, holding up the truth of what you know. Look at the power that is around this sword. And I think of the effort that this angel is doing. The angel's trying so hard to maintain this power. And so let's flip the script a little bit here and think about your angelic helpers, that the divine is right here for you, KL. And what they're doing here is they're holding that sword, and the power of the divine is just hitting it, right? It's like imagine that this sword is like vibrating in the angel's hands. So it's not the battle of pain, it's the battle of containment to hold all of this energy for you. It looks to me like there's just a tremendous surge of energy that the universe wants for you to receive. So, KL, what I would love for you to do is take a walk in nature today and look around and see how many examples of abundance you can find. Okay, look at, like right now, I look out my window and I have a rose bush out there with only one rose on it at this time of year, but there's an abundance of leaves. If I look at the ground, I see an abundance of strands of grass. If I look up at the sky right now, there's an abundance of clouds. When you take a breath freely, there's an abundance of oxygen. Whenever you notice abundance, you're strengthening this connection, because there's something happening for you, KL, where your love secret is that love is everywhere, that love is in nature, love is in the plants, love is in the animals. And as you notice that, you make your angel's job easier. When you recognize the power of love to change a life and you stay in gratitude about that, you actually draw more strength and energy to you. Okay, I don't know what's going on for you, KL, but the angels are so intent that you feel how loved you are. You may want to, there's a guy on this channel is called Bosque Neuroscience. It's BOSQUE, Bosque Neuroscience, and he has some fantastic affirmations. I am, and I highly recommend it. So if you want to email me, please do, KL, and I would love to make sure that I can give you the link for that, because there's something big coming your way. And I have a feeling that it's going to be birthed out of whatever problem or situation you're finding yourself in, okay? All right, so moving forward here, Midnight Crease, Serena. Yes, I know. I said Selena, Serena. I'm Lo Siento. Okay, Universe is here, loving their parents. Awesome. Okay, I will definitely get to you next, Universe. And Ian loves to be independent with their own house and transportation, also not rich just enough to get by. So I love that desire to be independent, and I hear you, Ian. So you will be next. Universe, let's pull a card for you and see what it is. What's the lesson, the secret that love wants you to know? I love these readings. I'm learning myself step by step. Okay, so Universe. All right, so for you, one of the secrets of love for you is to step out of your comfort zone. Okay, so you have, see this beautiful ball of energy. It's like a globe. You know those snow globes that you can get and shake them and then all the little sparkly stuff is inside? That is what this reminds me of. So right now, universe, your whole universe is inside of a kind of a bubble. And so your life experiences, the troubles and the problems, the resolution of those problems, the way you do life is working. I mean, you definitely are aware that you are blessed, and you're aware that there is manifestation, that it's happening in your world in a small way. And I think you may not have looked at this as self love, that to realize when you receive, when you learn to let life happen around you, it's an expression of loving yourself. And so this has been key for you, all right? But right now, today, there's an opportunity to see love as bigger. That the way you've looked at love so far, it's just been like at dawn, you know, where you can't really see very well. You think you see it, but you're not sure. This morning when I walked Murphy, there was a lady taking a walk coming towards us, and it was one of my neighbors, and he knows the neighbor, but he started barking as if it was a stranger because he couldn't see yet. He couldn't see clearly. Because look at this beautiful castle in the background, and look at how the light is penetrating the bubble. See, the light of the future is penetrating the bubble and setting the figure aflame. So what you're not seeing is that love, a greater form, a more tangible form of love, is ahead of you. You need to turn around and walk forward into your future, because getting out of your comfort zone is a huge secret in finding love. Many times people will come to me and they'll want a spouse, or they'll want to be respected on the job, they'll want to make more money, and the reality is that they're in a comfort zone, and there's only so much opportunity in your current situation. So being able to turn around and walk out of your comfort zone, you will find great abundance of love waiting for you there. So universe, how can you step out of your comfort zone? Can you take a class? Do you play an instrument that you haven't played in many years? Are you an artist who could pick up a pencil and start to sketch? It's very important for you to realize that love is outside your comfort zone. It's in your comfort zone with you, but it's just a tiny version of what the universe wants for you to know. So a big secret with love, you guys, for all of y'all who are listening, is what can you do today to get out of your comfort zone? And I totally hear that for me. I'm going to leave this reading today and I'm going to think to myself, okay, comfort zone, how can I crack you? Okay, moving forward, and we have Ian. Ian, I think I've seen you here before at my channel, so thank you so much for returning. And Alexia loves art. You're going to be next after Ian. Thank you guys for being here today. I'm just delighted to be doing these love secrets. Okay, this is our next love secret for Ian. Really, really loving that independence. So let's see what we have. Okay. This is a perfect card for you, Ian. I really love this beautiful, peaceful card. So what I see first is look at the abundance, right? Now, remind you, the gender of the figure doesn't matter. It's about the energy. But this, do you know what a cornucopia is? A cornucopia is it looks like a horn, and it's filled with fruit and harvest. Right now, here in the States, it's harvest time, it's the autumn. And so this is your answer, Ian. Out of all the cards in this deck, this is the only one I'm aware of that shows harvest and abundance. Now, I don't know if you're familiar what's called the law of assumption. And the law of assumption is when we choose thoughts that reflect our future. So we're not thinking the thoughts about today, what's going on. We're choosing to think, what if, live as if. using your imagination to see into your future when you are fully independent, okay? Because the heart of love believes in you. The divine hears your heart. The divine respects your intention to create a home and a way of living that is not just enough to get by, but it's enough so that you can be generous with other people. Pam Grout wrote a book called Thank and Grow Rich. Not Think and Grow Rich, but Thank and Grow Rich. And she defines wealth as the ease and freedom to be generous. That if you have a whole stack of $100 bills in the bank, great, and you may feel secure in that, but that true wealth is the ease and freedom to be generous and to stretch and believe. So your desire to be independent and have what I call financial well-being is a positive intention. So as you sit here today listening to the reading, it's important for you to realize that the universe is giving you a standing O, saying yes, absolutely. So what can you do to appreciate independence before it's here? And that's what we use affirmations for. So even though what I do, I make up a little poem and I will say things. This is the formula. So even though I don't know how, I'm completely independent now. Even though I don't know how, I have no money worries now. Even though I don't know how, I'm in a brand new home right now. I can't explain why that little poem works, but it does. There's something about your ears hearing your own voice say your future that puts your brain into a place where it starts to think over and it starts to think and create. And certain opportunities happen. You may get a phone call that offers you a situation that you did not expect. The law of assumption is tricky, very fun to learn about. There are absolutely hundreds of teachers that are teaching law of assumption. So you can go right to your YouTube search and you can look that up, because when you start to realize that your imagination can be creative for you, love will meet you there. Is it loving to have independence? Of course. Is it loving to have your own home and enough to make you feel financially fit? Of course. It's all part of self-love. Another thing that we always need to realize is that we need to feel worthy. So again, doing affirmations does not manipulate God and try to tell God what to do. I used to feel weird about affirmations because I thought, well, I can't boss around God. God is God. Right, but you're not trying to boss around God. You're learning to train your own mind to be more hopeful, okay? Just a tremendous message. One of the secrets of love is self-love and creating those positive intentions for your future. It's so important that you take care of yourself first and connect yourself to the heart of God. It will definitely help you in the future. Okay, my friend? Just a beautiful reading. Thank you so, so much for being here today, Ian. Alexia loves art. And are you an artist, Alexia? Do you enjoy making art? There's Vasuda. Bless you. Thank you so much, Vasuda. Love you guys so much for all of your well wishes, and those of you who are aware that my pet did pass away, beautiful Bella, last week, and you guys have been so kind in your love and sending me messages and stuff. And it just, even though that broke my heart to lose her, the fact is that that God is right here with me, providing for me in between while I'm going through this, because it's hard to lose people. It really is, and dogs, but it's still a loving universe and you just don't want to give up. So Alexia, as an artist, let's take a look. Triple water sign Vasuda. Very interesting with all that water in there. Oh, nice insight. Thank you for sharing. So Alexia, let's see, what is it that love's secret for you today? Okay. Take a deep breath, Alexia. And release. Do you enjoy meditating? Is it something you're new? I'm just starting to get into I've been meditating a long time, but I'm feeling the desire to deepen it today. And there's an app that I just started using called Waking Up, and it's very intriguing. So you may want to check that out, Alexia, Waking Up. Okay. But what I'm seeing here, this reminds me of like a radio tower, or a cell tower with the cell phones, where receptivity, you know how they say, can you hear me now? And I feel like that there's something in your mind, Alexia, where you're like unsure of your divine connections. Like, can you hear me now? And you adjust yourself and you do meditation, or when you're doing your art, and you feel like these sparks, like little sparkles that you're like, oh yeah, the source is real. Oh yeah, I do feel it. I can feel it. And then it goes away. So the sense of receptivity, how can you tune yourself to feel more loved? When you look at this gorgeous sun up here, and the sun here is so bright that you can't see the color, right? And they say, of course, you can't stare at the sun because you will hurt your own physical eyes. So there is sometimes this intimidation or fear of the divine. If in my world, I was raised Catholic, and so the rules of being a Catholic are very strict. And then I became a born again Christian for a few years, and I did that. And again, it was all about fear. Like if you made a mistake, you'd be disqualified. You would burn yourself if you felt like you could be equal to like the priest. Like, oh no, the priest or the Pope, they're the ones that can be close to God, not me. So I'm 71 now, and I have worked myself through a lot of those doubts and fears. Murphy. A lot of those doubts and fears. It's funny that Murphy started to bark right now, because I did feel that way. The very first time I went into a Protestant church, I was in my 30s, and it was the very first time. And I went for it. It was a great service. I loved it. But you guys, I was like looking over my shoulder. Oh, what if a lightning bolt hits me? I just felt it was wrong to be a non-Catholic. So I was programmed to be loyal to the Catholic Church. But as it turns out, that was not my call. I've evolved so many different ways spiritually since then. It's a long time of life. See all these ripples in the dress? I feel like the energy that's guiding you right now, Alexia, is pulling you into focus. That you have confusion, that your mind, you may be one of those that your friends say, you just think too much. Relax, Alexia, you're just thinking too much. You're like, I can't help it, it's how I am. So, turning around and facing your fears. Turning around and allowing yourself to walk this path of ascension where you get closer to the divine. You will not burn yourself. Each of us has our own call, and we have to keep seeking. That it says, "Seek and and you will find." Right? Keep seeking that divine connection, because you are open to love, but there's blockages there. So you might want to take a peek in the description box. There's something called the worry cure, and it's something I created for people to help them connect more deeply to their inner self and their inner guidance. There's just a few layers that you need to go through and understand how much you're loved. And so finding love for yourself, or experiencing closeness in your friendships or your relationships, is kind of dependent on how secure you are with self-love and feeling like you are completely accepted by the universe, that God has no problem with you. You are perfect just as you are. So turn around and walk the path of ascension. Meditation will help. The app Waking Up is wonderful. I think you might find it helpful. But the reality is, make your search for love be about the divine first before humans, okay? Good advice. I'm glad that you were here to receive that, because the truth is we can all profit from those ideas, okay? So here, wait a second. Let me see, where am I? I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. As best I can, I try to keep on track. And Vasuda, Kane, hey Kane. Oh, the binaural beats. I love the binaural beats for sure. Hi, Sophia E., your daughter. Chandler, you do sing. Awesome. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I feel like I'm missing somebody, so I just need to go back up here. Thank you guys for being patient with me here. Let's see. Oh no, I think I'm on track. Oh yeah, after Alexia. Okay. If I do skip you, I'm so sorry. I just do my best to try to make sure that I'm making everybody who's telling me something they love. I love binaural beats too. I do listen to various recordings every day. Practically, I really, my mind is a busy little mind, and I must keep it busy on the right things. So, Kane, what is a secret of love that you're wanting? And then Sophia, you will be next. Okay. So, Kane has been such a faithful um, companion for me on my channel. I really appreciate you, Kane, so much for your love and your prayers for me, especially with Bella, because I know you know what that's like to have things that leave your life, like with loss. So Kane, and then Sophia. So Kane, this is such a dear card because something in you is simply not aware of how loved you are. All right? And I feel like there's a part of you that feels like disqualified. Like I think even with me, like Kane, you listen when you come to the readings, and I think you feel that I have some kind of special connection, that somehow that I'm closer to the divine than you can be. And I am the first person to tell you that is absolutely false, because each of us is separate in our understanding of the divine. And one of the problems I had with organized religion was the rules they had in place. You know, the rules, like back in the day when I was growing up Catholic, it was against the rules to eat meat on Fridays. So I grew up eating fish on Fridays, and that felt like a law. Well, the truth is, dietary rules have nothing to do with God. It's the men who organize, or the religion that made that. And so I feel like you feel separate. Like if I put my crystal here, that here you are sitting and you're waiting, and you're like, well, how do I connect? Catherine can connect, and other people can connect, but I can't. So the most important thing for you, Kane, is to stop telling yourself that. Okay? Don't say that anymore. You can use an affirmation like, even though I don't understand it, I choose to believe God loves me. Okay, or whatever source, whatever word you want to use. Even though I don't feel it, I choose to believe that source loves me. And it may feel completely fake when you start, right? But what you're doing is you're saying a truth, because I believe every human, even the worst human, has the opportunity to turn to the divine and understand who they are as a divine being. I completely believe that when you croak, and that's what Abraham calls it, I love it, when you pass away or when you go to the next level, that you are still spirit. Your spirit is every bit of you as you are right now. I do believe that we are mostly divine. So this part of you, this huge part that's non-physical and invisible to you, is over looking out for your human self, your personality. And there's nothing but love for you, King. Nothing but love. Because the divine love doesn't care if we fuck up, sorry. But it doesn't matter. We're humans, and of course we're going to make mistakes. But the divine in us is constantly showering love. So, my dear Kane, this is something in your mind. Because you love binaural beats, go to the YouTube search and find some binaural beat videos that you can listen to about self-love and about I am, okay? And then a second thing is, I want you to go outside under the night sky. This morning, or yesterday morning, I was up at 4:30 and there were still stars in the sky, and I loved it. But to be able to gaze at the stars and let yourself see the abundance of space that's out there, and just rest under that glorious view. And then if you catch yourself saying, Catherine, it's much easier for Catherine. I mean, she reads the cards. No, no, no. Don't let yourself say that. Even though I don't have Catherine's experience, the reality is I can choose to believe that I am loved. Even though my mom and other people have more confidence than I do, I can choose to believe I am loved. All right? I know it's hard because the mind can be our enemy, but you need, the secret of love is it's there. That it's right there, right now. Okay, my friend? A big hug for you. Okay, let's see, what time is it? Oh, gosh, I'm late. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'll do a couple more here before I go, you guys. Okay, so who do we have here? Kane. And then Sophia E., grateful for your daughter. I love that. Okay, let's see for Sophia E. I have Sophia K, Sophia D, and now I have Sophia E. I love you guys, Sophia. Does Sophia mean wisdom in ancient languages? Something is just ringing a bell for me there. Okay, Sophia E. All right, when it comes to a love secret, what's here for you? Sophia E. Well, first, it's true, isn't it? When you're aware of your daughter and the miracle of her, you feel something different inside, right, Sophia E? That when you, that divine spark, there's something about that connection with your daughter that is deeper than anything you felt before, and it woke up in you this higher consciousness of what's possible with love. Sometimes the way people treated us or the way things were in our growing up years, it didn't feel the same. And the people that were supposed to love us, well, they were just mixed up and messed up, and they weren't able to communicate to you, Sophia E., what was the truth. And the truth is that love is wanting to have a connection with you. That love is intent on growing a connection with you. You are a conduit. You are a radiator of love. And people come to you for advice, or people say to you, there's something about you. I don't know what it is, but I want to be with you because you have so much love to give. But when I look at the darkness here around the figure, I feel like you doubt yourself, that you don't feel like the way people talk about you, it doesn't feel comfortable. It's like you're wearing somebody else's clothes. But you have to realize that they're seeing the truth. I see this little figure here. There's a tiny little figure. And to me, that is like your new identity. It's an infant, maybe even an embryo, but there's something new coming where love wants to embody you in a deeper way. And you don't need to be nervous or afraid about that, because ultimately the source is so gentle with us. Sometimes we feel like the changes are just going to be too hard, but the reality is that we're never asked to do something that we can't do. So this idea that at this point you are ascending, you're getting ready to receive a deeper a deeper consciousness of love. Remember, if fear and doubt comes, it's something you can say, hey, wait a second, is God ever afraid? Is God doubtful? Is God love? Well, yeah, but God is never doubtful and God is never afraid. So as you rely on love to help you climb the ladder into a deeper feeling of love, you're using love to nurture love. Okay, I know that sounds kind of an awkward way to say it, but the reality is that you are so dear to the divine. And as a radiator of God's love, you do need to restore yourself in the truth of that so that you can serve humanity in that way. There are so many people that grew up without a feeling of being loved, that their family life did not allow it. And for some reason, you've been chosen to do some repair and to help people feel God's love. What a beautiful calling. All right, my darling friends, the time has come for me to go. I will, I so enjoyed these readings and thank you for being here. Tomorrow I will be adding a recorded pick a card reading because I'm going to be taking the day off. I would rather be live every day, but the divine is calling me to do other things and to love myself other than being live on these readings. And so I have to lay my channel into the hands of the divine to love you guys, and then I'll be back on Saturday, okay? But I just am so grateful for all y'all who have been with me today and really digging into what it is that we can do to create more love in our lives. I will be posting timestamps for this so you can go back and find your reading. And just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for supporting me here. I love each and every one of you. Have an absolutely beautiful day, and I will look forward to talking to you on my next live reading. Bye now.